There it goes.
All right, Shalom. This is the brother Rapala
It was Brother Warrior.
from the Seek the Way camp in Modesto. You guys were going to get
Giving all
into
praises.
a quick lesson, but first and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory
To Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harachakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles and the others at GMS and the Akim pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. So this is Luke.
Luke 12 and 16 says, And he spake a parable unto them, saying, The ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentifully. And he thought within himself, saying, What shall I do, because I have no room where to bestow my fruits? And he said, This will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater, and there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I will say to my soul, Soul, thou hast much goods lay up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But the Most High said unto him, Thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then whose shall those things be which thou hast provided?
Yeah, cause this night he's saying, he might take his soul, so all these things that he had in his barn, his the buildings he had, all his fruits and goods, what are they for? They're nothing, they're gonna stay there, they're gonna stay in this physical reality, but his spirit is gonna be taken, yeah.
It says, So is he that layeth up treasure for himself, and is not rich toward the Most High. And he said unto his disciples, Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what you shall eat, neither for the body, what you shall put on. The life is more than meat, and the body is more than raiment. Consider the ravens, for they neither sow nor reap, which neither have storehouse nor barn, and the Most High feedeth them. How much more are you better than the fowls?
Yeah, so things in this world, like we shouldn't be worrying about getting physical things. Of course we got to get our daily bread, work and whatnot, but we shouldn't be storing our treasures here, because it's going to be taken. That's why we got to put our treasures, in heaven, in this truth. Because this is what we're doing, when we do this work, we go out to the highways and byways. We're working, doing the work of the Most High, and we're laying our treasures up in heaven because He sees all the things we're doing, all the things that He commands us to do.
Time. It says, And which of you, with taking thought, can add to his stature 1 cubit? And if you then be not able to do that which is least, why take you thought for the rest? Consider the lilies, how they grow. They toil not, they spin not. And yet I say unto you, that Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. If then the Most High so clothed the grass, which is today in the field, and tomorrow is cast into the oven, how much more will he clothe you, O ye of little faith? And seek not ye what you shall eat, or what you shall drink, neither be you of a doubtful mind. For all these things do the nations of the world seek after. And your Father knoweth that ye have need of these things. But rather seek you the kingdom of the Most High, and all things shall be added unto you.
Yeah, so doing this work, is the most beautiful thing, because we're seeking a better kingdom, a more righteous kingdom. The kingdom of the Most High, of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So that's what we're doing. We're not laying up treasures here in this world, because we're looking ahead. We have faith that we're going to be see a better kingdom, and a better, more righteous kingdom. I got a quick preset. There's Matthew 6 and 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Yeah, so everything in this world, it could be taken from you like that. If somebody could break in, take all your shit. So nothing in this world is certain. But laying up our treasure in heaven, this is certain, because the Most High is seeing what we're doing. So we know that this is a righteous thing that we're doing.
Yeah. Actually, it's a good scripture. I don't know if I spell this right. Maybe it's... Let me see. Yeah. This is Matthew 6:1. Take heed that you do not your alms before men, to be seen of them. Otherwise you have no reward of your Father which is in heaven. Therefore when thou doest thine alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But when thou doest alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth, that thine alms may be in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret, himself shall reward thee openly. So that just goes along with what you were talking about.
Okay.
Because, the Most High sees everything. Well, actually, there's another scripture to get. The Most High sees everything that you do. So you got people that will do certain things just because they want to be seen by other people doing it. But in their mind, they're more worried about the gratification from somebody else than to do that thing and not be like, hey, look, I did this, I did that. I repented, I'm a righteous guy. No, that's not just like somebody that, like, you get caught doing something and then you cry about it and they say, well, it's only because you got caught that you're sorry. But if you repent of something without anybody even knowing that you did something wrong, but it's to the Most High, nobody even knows about it, the Lord sees that. So nobody could say, well, it's because you got caught. It's not. It's because you genuinely know that it was the wrong thing to do. And so you changed it because you understand.
Yeah, and that's Jake, because when you go off, when you do something wrong, inherently you feel wrong within yourself. Your own conscience condemns you. So when you feel bad about doing something, you pray to the Most High, hey, Salakia Yah Bashim Yahshua, and that's that's the spirit of Jake. You feel bad, when you go off.
Yeah, Esau does it to be seen of men. Esau does it because he he's not really remorseful about it. He would fucking keep doing it otherwise. And he actually enjoys it. A lot of these 2/3 Jakes, they actually enjoy the things that they do, because it tells you in the scriptures, when thou doest evil, then thou rejoicest. And that's how Esau is. And when he gets caught, then he breaks down in tears, and it's all a show. It's not even real. It's just because they don't want to suffer the consequences of their actions. And so they want to, they don't want that shame to be put upon them. And so they'll break down and cry or whatever and get let off with 10 years. Yeah. Really, and she didn't fucking feel bad about it. It was all fake. Yeah. What's that? Beholding. Proverbs 15:3. Let me see. Yeah, Proverbs 15:3. The eyes of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. So you already know, whatever you're doing, whatever happens, you know, the Lord sees it. So it's either if you do something wrong, the Lord sees it. You do something good, the Lord sees it. And Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is a judge, and He knows your heart. So like it just, everything is situational when you really think about it. That's why it says the Lord will have mercy on whom He will have mercy. Because one brother might be struggling something, that another brother might be struggling with something, and those two separate struggles, you know, may be like, one brother may be like, how are you struggling with that? That ain't shit. But the other brother's struggling with something different, be like, well, how are you struggling with that? That ain't shit. You know what I mean? Like, so it's situational. It just depends.
I got a precept.
Yeah.
There's Ecclesiasticus 23:19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts.
Yeah, considering the most secret parts. So even so what's going on in your mind? And He considers that, what's going on in your mind, because you're having a war. So the Lord is pretty much looking at it from an objective standpoint. So He's outside of you, looking at what you're going through, and so He knows like what you're dealing with. You know what I mean? That's why He has mercy. That's why He has compassion and mercy. And it's like, that's why it's written in the scriptures that though you fall, a righteous man may fall 7 times, but he's gonna get back up again. Because you might do something wrong, but you're gonna understand you're going through something, and you're gonna fight through it. And the Lord likes that. He don't want you to give up. The Lord doesn't like a fucking quitter. You know? It tells you that in the scriptures. Let me show you where it's at. The Lord doesn't like a quitter. Luke 14:26. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. Basically what that means is, if you ever put into a position where your family's shitting on you because you're in the truth, you're not supposed to regard that. If your dad tells you, you got to stop doing this now, son, or you know what, you're not my son anymore. All right, Dad, you know, I still love you, but so be it. So that's what that means. Or if you're in a situation where your aunt gets microchipped, you know, if they ask, if they happen to inquire about this microchip, you got to tell them, well, you're doomed. You can't coddle them, you know. Whosoever does not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. And a cross, bearing your cross, is a burden. So the different burdens that you have, you know, like Yahweh was asking dudes, well, he's telling them, follow me, and then this person said this and this person said that. This person said, well, my dad just died, I need to go bury my dad. Or you know, I just got a wife, I need to go and be with my wife. Or I just bought some land, I need to, you know, christen the land, or whatever, you know, whatever. You could read, it's a parable you could read about. And so these are different burdens, and instead of being like, all right, you know, putting that off, instead they rejected the Lord to go and do whatever they wanted to do. Which is why in Hebrews 12 it says, if there be any profane person who for one morsel of meat gave up the truth, which profane meaning to be outside of the temple, meaning that you're not in the truth. That's what profane means. It means to be outside of the temple, meaning you're not part of the program, right? And then one morsel of meat, so maybe somebody's in the truth 5-something years, and then some woman comes along and he gets married and then has kids, and then, well, I need to take care of my family, I need to do the best. Well, that's you fucked up. or they come into some money. They come into some money, or they get bought out, like sell out or whatever. So for one morsel of meat, for the smallest thing, you gave up everything. That's a fucking Edomite spirit. Instead of pushing through whatever adversity that you're going through, you decide to rather take the easy way out, because the odds are stacked against us. I mean, if you don't got faith, you're gonna leave, man, because this is a scary thing. Everybody's gonna be. You see, like, if you really follow the news and you follow the way that this so-called American culture is going, they have a thing called it's well, they call it man, I can't really. It's part of their so-called culture. It's something about the culture, the new culture, where they'll trash you for anything. They'll trash you for some shit you said 10 years ago. Okay. You know what I mean? And then no matter what you say is completely invalid because of something that you said 10. Now think about all the stuff that we say. You know what I mean? It's a never-ending story with us. Like they're just gonna be pulling their fucking hair out day and night, thinking of ways to kill us for the things that we say. So you're in the worst possible position. That's why you're a prisoner. You're a slave of Yahweh Shai. Like you have to do this, and you're going against the whole. And these people are becoming more and more violent in their views. Like you have to accept this, or we're gonna fucking kill you. We're gonna take your kids. We're gonna lock you up. We're gonna shit all over you. Right? And it tells you that the place is getting more and more wicked. So you're speaking righteousness. Righteousness looks evil as hell to these people, right? You look like the devil to these people. You're you're viler than the earth. I would rather sit with a fucking child rapist than be around you, because in their mind, your beliefs, you're totally all for child rape or whatever they say. And so you're a target. You have a big target right on your forehead, being in the truth. And then so like, if you ask me, well, what's your how do you deal with it? I don't give a fuck. I live to shit on people. I really don't care. I actually, when I was in the world, I like to get reactions out of people. I'm a fucking troll. I love it. It's the ultimate punchline for me. So, I don't know, it just depends on the stance that you take. Of course, it's standing up for righteousness. It's standing up for Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. And you got to be grounded and rooted in. You really got to believe that, because your only chance is if the Lord helps you. If not, you're doomed. These people are gonna quarter you, man. They're gonna fucking they might as well hook you up to horses and slap their ass, bro. They're gonna rip you to shreds.
Yeah, I got a precept.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because he said, all these people say about us, So there's 2 Corinthians 4:16, for which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day.
Yeah, because we know that what we're saying is right. Yeah. We know what we're saying is the truth. We know you people are completely out of your minds. Yeah. But you can't faint because of it. See, because your outward man perishes. Yeah. What that means is that these people are going to shit on you. Yeah. And you're going to look filthy. You're going to be, like it tells you in Corinthians, I believe it's 2 Corinthians. It says we are the offscoring of the earth. And when you look up the word offscoring, it literally means a scab. Something to be scraped off of your skin, like a lesion. That's what offscoring means. Basically, you're the fucking crotch stain of society in these people's eyes, bro. They're gonna totally shit on you. And so, if you faint because of that, of course, somebody will say anything. You put a gun to somebody's head, they'll say anything to save their life. That's why Satan said, yeah, skin for skin. He will give up anything to save his own life. And so what the Most High say, he said, all right, to even touch him, just don't kill him. And Satan was like, he'll curse you to your face, watch. And so that's what that's essentially what Satan's job is to do, is to push you to the point where you basically curse the Most High, or you reject him, right? And that's the ultimate goal of Satan, the opposition, to find out if you're a Job or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or though he slay me, yet will I trust
Yeah,
him.
though he slay me, yet will I. That's actually the mentality you gotta have.
Yeah.
Like, and you're probably not gonna go through this like a Comanche warrior.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna break down and cry at certain points and be terrified, because it's gonna happen. You're gonna get scared, man. And nobody just likes confrontation like that.
Yeah.
But that's literally your life. Your life is based upon contention now that you're in the truth, because if the majority of the world is not going to accept the truth, then the majority of the world is going to have a problem with you, and they're going to put us on the forefront. And on top of it already looking bad, Esau is going to come in and make it look worse.
Yeah.
So
They're already saying worse than Al Qaeda.
yeah, like you're a terrorist. You're like, me? I'm a terrorist?
Holding the Bible.
I shop at Food for Less. What do you mean? Like, I eat salads.
God.
I'm a terrorist. I like the environment, you know. I'm not poisoning the fucking earth and polluting the water and dropping bombs on innocent people. You guys are doing that. You guys that are calling me a terrorist are literally committing terrorist acts in your own country, all around the world. You literally kidnap people from their houses, separate them from their families, and throw them in detention centers. You will blame like there's cops that just to catch somebody, just to solve a case, because there's certain pressure that gets put upon.
Yeah.
We need to catch this guy.
Yeah.
That's the guy. And it's totally not. It's just some Jake. Well, he's black and he's got a sweatshirt on.
Yeah.
That's definitely him. He's
That's
up to no good.
description.
If he didn't do it, he did something just like it somewhere else. I promise you. So fuck this guy. And then they'll shit on him and throw him in jail.
Yeah.
You know, that's terrorism.
Yeah.
When you drive down the street and you see a cop that's supposed to be like you serve and protect, and you get that feeling like, fuck, please don't even look at me. Don't look over there. You know what I mean? Like, don't give them a reason.
Yeah.
Because the cops are just looking for a reason to pull you over and beat your ass, dude. That's terrorism. If that's not domestic terrorism, I don't know what is. Or this article I just did, Nancy Pelosi passing this fucking act, or trying to get this act passed, to where if your child somehow finds out about transgenders and says, maybe I want to be a transgender, and you deny them hormonal treatment, that's child abuse. That's child abuse. And they've already done it to a family in Ohio. That's what this article I did a video on was about, that they went and they took their daughter from the parents. They took her. That's called kidnapping, where I come from. I don't know where you come from, but that's called fucking kidnapping. When somebody comes to your door in body armor and a gun and a fucking a stick and mace and a taser and dogs, a shotgun. They got AR-15 rifles and an armored fucking vehicle. When people come to your house like that, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys deep, that is a violent kidnapping. That's somebody that's forcing you to do something with violence. They may not even say it like that, but you know, if you don't let them in your house, they're going to kick your fucking door in. And they're going to take your daughter with violence. They're going to slam you on the ground, put a gun to your head. If that's not terrorism, then what is? You tell me. But nobody's outraged about that. They're outraged about.
Yeah, and then when they take the kids, the CPS, they put them in all these separate group homes, and they're all those fucking parents, they're hella wicked. You know, there's all kinds of stories that happens all the time where those children get molested in those homes. Yeah. You know, but that's Esau. That's what they do.
You're gonna put them in a group home.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna be in this group home, and there's a family of hella kids, and then this 18-year-old. 17-year-old is gonna fucking who knows what, because the foster home parents or whatever shitty life he had before he was in foster, or just going from group home to group home. He's just a shitty person, and he mistreats the other kids. You don't know what to expect. You don't know, and that's a terrible thing. The worst thing that could happen is your child gets taken from you, and you're just there with the wondering what's gonna become of your kid. Because there's a great fear of the unknown. That's why brothers get demons of doubt, because there's a fear of the unknown, like what's gonna happen to me. So it says, for which of you intending, Luke 14 and 27, and whosoever does not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. So all this burden, all this weight that you got on your shoulders, you got to carry that with you in the truth. You got to fight through that in the truth. Yeah, go ahead.
There's 2 Corinthians 4:17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory.
Yeah, because you got to realize that 1,000 years is a day, and a day is 1,000 years. So it might seem like a fucking dreadful long time to us, but it's really not. You know, imagine being here another 50 fucking years. Imagine being here until you die of old age. You know, and imagine the system goes through, and you're just left alone. Like you know, like one day you're just, you know, being yourself. You got a fucking microchip in you, and then you say something and it picks up on it, and then Esau comes through and beats your fucking head in and locks you in a hole. Because that's the future that you're heading towards. You're heading towards if Yahweh Shem Yahshua wasn't going to intervene and stop this madness, the future that you're heading to is just brutal slavery, with a ruler that can actually read your fucking thoughts, and then he is not merciful, and he is not the Most High. He's not righteous, so he will play the shit out of you.
Yeah, one of the brothers did a video of that. It's actually happening in China, where they put like this headband type thing around the kids, and they're able to tell if they're paying attention or not. So you know that's gonna happen. You know, they're gonna be able to read your thoughts. You know, anybody that gets the microchip.
Well, the question comes down to, are you gonna accept that type of a life or not? If you have faith, then you have a foundation to where, like, all right, it's only gonna be for a short time before the Lord is gonna stop this shit. I'm not gonna live my life like this. You know, this isn't going to become your reality. You have to think like that, because being in the truth, you're in the worst case scenario. Whereas other people might get the chip and be able to reintegrate into society, whatever, just follow the commands of this devil. You are going to get shit on to hell and back because you're against the system. You're going to be put on trial, and you're not going to be found fucking innocent. Because all the time that you had in the truth, you were speaking against this devil. He's not going to forget about that. I made a joke the other night. Like, I could just see Esau reading through the chats. Different things that you said in the chats. So 2019, July 16th, you referred to this person as a retarded, slanty-eyed gook. Is that what you think about the Chinese? And then there's just going to be a whole section of Chinamen outraged by it. Yeah. But this is, you know, anyways, I digress. So it says, for which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it? Lest haply, after he hath laid the foundation, so you began doing this work, you going out on the highways and the byways, and you're building, because that's what you're doing, is you're building a spiritual house in order to you know, it's like Noah in the ark. The Lord said, the Most High said, all right, Noah, the flood's coming. I'm going to kill everybody. Build this ark. And so what are you doing? You're building a spirit. That's why brothers say we're building a spiritual ark. That's what you're doing. You are building your hut to withstand the flood. That is what you're doing. You know, the storm is coming, so you got to build your house to prepare for it. And some built upon sand, and some built upon,
Yeah.
the three little pigs. One little piggy, he
Yeah.
built his house with straw. The second little piggy, he built his house with sticks. The third little piggy, he built his house with bricks.
Yeah.
The sticks and the straw are gonna get blown the fuck over.
Yeah.
So it says, less happily after he had laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him. So everybody's gonna be like, look, you were talking all that shit, you
Yeah.
fucking asshole. Now look at you.
Uh,
You know? That's exactly what's gonna happen. So prepare. Or count the cost. You gotta think about this. You gotta fight through this. You can't give up. That's why the Lord doesn't like a quitter. If you quit, he is going to let you get totally shit on. It's gonna be bad for you if you quit. So you gotta keep moving. You got anything else?
Yeah, this last one. I think it's 2 Corinthians 4:18. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
Yeah, we look to the things that you people can't see. Spiritual power. The chariot is coming to deliver us. Miracles happening on the earth. World War III. All these different prophecies. A microchip being implemented. All these things are things that are not seen by you people. Okay? But we see it. And we know what it's for and what the outcome of it's going to be. And we know the story. We know what's going to happen. Now, all we're doing is just playing it out. And it's like the trust fall. The Lord is behind you, and you just gotta fall backwards. Yeah. I put things in the simplest terms for you to understand, because that's essentially all it really is. It's all about trust. It's do you trust? Like the Lord is basically saying, do you trust me? Like you've seen Aladdin, and the scene in the cartoon Aladdin when he reaches his hand out and he's on the flying carpet. He tells Jasmine, "Do you trust me?" And she grabs his hand and they fucking fly off on a magic carpet. You know what I mean? Like that's the point. That's the point. You're gonna fly off in a magic carpet, and everybody's gonna be looking at you like, oh wow. I mean, he wasn't joking. This actually we're fucked. They're gonna be looking at missiles coming down, and they're gonna be seeing the most bizarre thing they could ever imagine. And just totally be bugged out. They're totally gonna be shitting on themselves. Yeah. They're gonna be screaming. How painful. Like honestly, like how many Jakes like shit on us all the time on the comment boards. It will come up and just like that one fucking idiot that came up with his little T-shirt and his little fringe T-shirt and his little Muslim hat. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just totally shitting on us, bro. Like making mockery of the 12 tribe. Imagine the pain that he's gonna experience when this thing goes down, and he's got a chip in his ass and watching brothers that he was talking shit about getting saved. How low down are you gonna feel?
Strangers to their salvation.
Oh, bro, you're gonna feel horrible. That's why I did that Famine of the Word video, and I kind of flipped my lid. Yeah. And I was like Jake needs to you guys got to just pull your fucking heads out of your asses before it's too late, because it's almost too late. This has been a great video. So Lord willing, this is edifying. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Harakak Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and blessings to the hopefully elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom.
Shalom.